is so important for how the pro players get in behind every single time. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Have a look over here. I'm just going to pause it. You see where the cam is positioned. This is how the top tier players normally get those easy wins in a weekend league, because where the defensive line is and where the CDMs are, this cam is in between these two spaces. And the most important thing here is shadow striker. So when you're attacking, they're in this position. Now, why is it so important? Because it allows you to launch that first time through ball. So have a look here. Get the ball on my cam, do a first time through ball, and it's basically a guaranteed goal every single time. And this is what these top tier players are doing. Now, this is the best counter attack formation. So this is when you get the ball back, you ping the ball literally straight to your cam, simple L1 trigger and through ball. And that is because the defense doesn't react in time, you get through every single time. Now, one thing I really like is the inside forward roaming. Now, why? I've always told you this is the best attacking AI movement inside the game. With the fullback on balanced, when they make those runs on the outside, it pushes these players inwards and you get these unique movements. This is actually perfect if you want to counter and press the ball and win the ball high up if you lose possession. I'm going to show you an example. Have a look. You can see the front four. As you can see, they stay forward. Now, as long as you're fine with defending with your CDMs, when you win the ball back, you're going to see those four players forward. And you can see, look where the left wing and right wing are positioned. If you do miss a chance up like here, because they're high up the pitch and that cam's that shadow striker, it's very easy with the combined depth to combo against your opponent and win the ball back high up the pitch. This is what the top tier players do. And that is why that front four is so important. The most important thing is these players being left wings and right wings, along with the advanced forward and the shadow striker. What people don't actually know is this formation also acts like a 4-4-2, because you can see here, I have that system when I have possession. Look, you can see it's the 4-2-1-3, but then when I have the ball, that shadow striker is always by himself. Look, he's always left to his own devices. This because, have a look. See that shadow striker? He's always unmarked. And this is simply because of the way the positioning system works inside the game. And of course, it wasn't some good defending from my opponent, probably a bit of a panic. But you can see it's very easy to put you in that 4v4 situation. So you could think of this like a 4-4-2 when you're attacking. This is the diamond front four. So I'd recommend shadow striker for the cam, left wing and right wing, both of them on inside forward. And the striker, you could choose between advanced forward or poacher. I personally like poacher, but I'm going to release this with advanced forward because most people would prefer. Do you want to increase your win rate just before team of the season? We got the Division 10 to Elite Division series. All the videos are finally uploaded. We show you how to get from Division 10 to the Elite Division basic gameplay. No speed boosting, no mechanic abusing, no Trivella at all, because we want you to get there just with basic gameplay to show you don't need to mechanic abuse. If you want a mechanic abuse, that's fine. But we want to show you how to play properly first and then show you what the pros do. What pros do is they use basic gameplay and then they mechanic abuse to get the top 10%. Not the other way around. They don't mechanic abuse first and then learn the basics. We go over complete in-depth tutorials. And don't forget, with my entire series, if you join now during team of the season, remember, if you don't get better after 1 month, we will refund your money. That is the nil guys guarantee. That is how sure we are. We've been running this for 4 or 5 years. We go over in-depth tutorials. We also go over pro gameplay analysis where we analyze the full professional player's game. We've got tutorials for everything, undefendable through balls, player locks, precision passing, precision shooting, everything that you could think of that goes beyond my YouTube channel. We've got the full defensive series, which defending series alone, just by watching that, I can guarantee you will improve. Patreon.com/nilguys. Links down below in the description. If you don't get better after 1 month, just send a message on Discord or send a message through Patreon and I'll refund your money. That's the Nil Guys guarantee. Don't believe me? Try it out. What have we got to lose? Less than the price for a KFC meal nowadays. Now the two CDMs. These two players are important. Note, you see I have holding on them. You know why I don't play deep line playmaker? It's because they sit too deep. I want these players to be sitting a bit higher to A, win the ball back and be closer to center mids, and also to be ready for the press. Now, let me explain to you what I mean by that. You can see I get the ball here. I don't panic. I counter my opponent's press. Very, very simply, get the ball, invite the press, let the players commit going forward, and have a look on the radar. Do you see where my center mids? Do you see how high they are sitting? It's therefore easy for me to launch the attack with holding. Look at them. Look at the way they're positioned. I like them perfectly. And don't forget, holding is only with the ball, not defensively. So remember, the holding position is only with the ball. There's a lot of confusion and people don't understand. They think it's the defensive shape. But you can see, look, they're there in the center, almost like center mids. And the pivotal in these situations, you can see the center mids are higher and it allows me to easily get those counterattacks. Using those inside forwards on roaming. Now, this is the most important thing. You see inside forwards on roaming? look how wide they are. They are so wide, wider than my opponents, left back and right back that are on defend. So it allows me to create opportunity and get their counter. You can see in this situation, it doesn't quite work out, but you can see when they're up front. But that is the importance of positioning. So remember, with this formation is you're going to have no players in midfield or attack helping you. You're left to your own devices. You got a back four, you got two CDMs, which should be enough. So this is one of the greatest counter-attack formations as long as you know how to defend. If you can hold your line and you can defend, then your counter-attack is deadly because you're going to have 4 players on stay forward. And that is what a lot of the top tier players are doing. Now, for both the left back and the right back, I have them on full back balanced. Basically, with the ball, they're going to move up slightly. You can use wing backs here, but you have to really be, I'll be honest, a rank 1 to rank 3 player. Because if I give you wing backs and I release this formation, there's going to be someone in the comment section saying, this formation made me lose. So for anyone that's at top tier caliber, please, I would recommend using 1 wing back or even 2 if you're good enough defensively. And that is basically it. That is basically the formation in a nutshell. This is what all the top tier pro players you get. I promise you, they have this along their 4-4-2 alongside the 4-4-1-1 in the Arsenal. You probably know from my tryhard tactics. Now, what's similar to this with the 4-4-1-1? Well, if you like to play the 4-4-1-1, this is the exact same system. The only difference is you have CDMs as opposed to center mids. Now, CDMs, the benefit is with holding, they sit a bit closer to the cam, but they still give you that defensive support. So if your opponent is good enough to hold the ball, they're actually CDMs and they sit deeper. So for those of you that are watching this that love playing the 4-4-1-1, but you don't like the fact that they have center mids, holding is kind of like a balance. You out of possession, you have those CDMs. In possession, they don't just sit so close to your back four. They give you space, and that is why I've always liked holding as opposed to deep line playmaker. Now, what about the build-up style? Has to be counter. If you want the best AI movement and the best AI runs, you need to ideally use counter here. If you're talking about defensive approach, you got to use 70. 70 is the way to go, especially post-patch. You don't want to be going near 95. Now, what the top tier players do is they press manually. You probably saw that in the first example where I used a bit of teammate contain to win the ball back. That's what the top tier players do. With 70 depth, the game basically presses for you automatically. So you have that benefit. But if you're really struggling, you can, of course, use team press. Team press is very, very effective. It can put you in that, I would say, situational press that you can decide with like a light switch when you want it turned on, and your team can press together as a unit. So that is where team press helps you. But I'll be honest, 70 depth is more than good enough. You only want to go towards long ball if your opponent's holding the ball. Maybe the opponent's passing the ball backwards. Almost similar to how I had the ball Virgil van Dijk. Remember, I passed it back to the goalkeeper. Then I escaped down the wing with Zakaria, and I passed the ball to Dembele. So those are just a few things to bear in mind. But this is one of the most fun formations. If you can defend, it's easy goals. If you know how to use the player lock, these players are almost impossible to defend. You combine the left back and the right back going forward, it's almost impossible to defend with this formation. If you go through the middle, you've got the first time through ball option, and you've got Cherky, whoever your player is, making that front four as well. So you're attacking like a 4-4-2 and playing that 4-2-1-3 at the same time. So that's one of the best ways to play this formation. Again, I'm going to repeat, this is very attack heavy. You got no one, you're left to your own devices. Your left wing and right wing are not coming back. So if you don't know how to defend, this will not be a formation for you. This would be a counter-attack formation. So do bear that in mind. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, you want to get better FC, come to my Patreon. So it's patreon.com/noguides. You can learn more about how to press, how to defend, how to counter-attack. We've got a whole defending series, and I guarantee you just the 5 defending videos alone will guarantee you improvement in FC. Don't believe me? If you don't improve after my defending series, I'll refund your money. That's a No Guys guarantee. Try it for 1 month. You don't get better, I'll refund my No Guys guarantee. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.